When you read a book the second time, you don't find something that you did not find the first time. You learn from yourself. You see from yourself something that was not there the first time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Setihin. Maga Aigawa Hamza Hassan. I'm very, very happy and honored to be here with you today in a room of young people talking about knowledge and books. While other young people are out there doing shukansia and siyasade. Siyasad. So I'm very, very happy to be here with you today. You know, it is said, in times of change, the learners inherit the earth, while the learned, those who think they know, find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. This is a quote by Eric Hoffer. And I'm very, very happy to be in a room full of learners today, graduating or celebrating the completion of a book. You know, last Sunday, I was traveling with my daughter, 3 years old, very beautiful, mashallah, very intelligent. One of those kids that you just have a look at and be happy that they're your child. So I was traveling with my daughter. We go to town, enter a shuttle. Just before the shuttle left, the hawkers, they come selling the power banks and phone chargers. So this guy comes to sell and is standing at the door. And my daughter, she's 3 years old, never been to school. But just from the cartoons she watches, she speaks very good English. She looks at the hawker and asks, "What is this?" And the hawker speaks in Kikuyu. And you know what he says? He says, "You, look at you, you are very young. And you are speaking English. Some of us, we are about to die and we don't even know English." So I laughed. But just it shows, of course, with all due respect to this elderly man selling hawker, it shows the importance of knowledge, the importance of learning a skill, reading a book, knowing a foreign language, knowing English in this particular world that we are living in today. You know, they say knowledge is the hunt, while a pen and a book is the rope that ties it. So knowledge is the hunt, while a pen and a book is the rope that ties it. And good knowledge should lead you to something called cash. Not money, but yes, money. If you get money, better. But cash, K-A-S-H. The first K, it's just an acronym. The first K, knowledge. Knowledge or reading should lead you to knowledge. They say if you don't drink from the fountain of knowledge, you will die of thirst in the desert of ignorance. Think about this. Picture this. You know, our beloved prophet, one of our prophets, Yusuf alayhi salam, Allah gave him beauty. And when Allah gave him beauty, it cost him to be locked up in prison. But when Allah granted him knowledge, and when he interpreted that dream with the knowledge that he had, he was elevated to become a minister. So knowledge is better than good looks. I don't care if I come here and I'm not handsome. I know something. I'm knowledgeable. K, you said cash. The A is for action. Imam Abu Hamid al-Ghazali said, knowledge without action is insanity, and action without knowledge is vanity. Knowledge without action is insanity, and action without knowledge is vanity. And that A under cash as action and attitude. My brothers and sisters, I want when you read, I want you to be different. I want when people sit down, you stand up. And when people stand up, you stand out. And when they stand out, you become the standard. And when they chase the standard, you raise the bar. I want us to say that together. When people sit down, no. Young people, what's wrong with you? I want us to say this together. When people sit down, I will stand up. And when they stand up, I will stand out. And when they stand out, I will become the standard. And when they chase the standard, I will raise the bar. Because my knowledge, because my knowledge has led me to be different. The last letter in that acronym, S, stands for skills. Robert Greene, in his book Mastery, he said, the future belongs to those who learn more skills and combine them in creative ways. There's a famous story of a company, a big company, that had one of the machines broke down. And they called a lot of people, a lot of engineers to try and salvage, to try and help them. And no one could do it. Everyone came, looked at the machine, they could not help. So one of the people there said, remember, there's an old man, an old mzee, and they called him. And the mzee came, and he looked at the machine, and he reached for his toolbox, removed a small hammer, and tapped the machine, and it started working. The next day, he sent an invoice for $10,000. The CEO of the company was outraged, very furious, said, this is extortion. How do you charge us $10,000? You didn't even do anything. What did you do? He said, break down why you are charging $10,000. Break down. And the guy, the mzee, wrote down there, tapping with the hammer, $2. Knowing where to tap, $9,998. So skills, good knowledge should lead you to skills. You should know where to tap. Skills. And the last letter in that acronym, H, habits. Habits formation. You know, they say the chains of habits are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. I'll read that again. The chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. And Bruce Lee, one of the best martial artists, said, fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. So my brothers and sisters, habits. Your knowledge, your reading should lead you to habits. And with those four things, you can change this world. With those four things, the rest of your life can be the best of your life, only if you make it. Francis Bacon said, some books are to be tasted, others are to be swallowed, and some few are to be chewed and digested. I hope the book you read and the book you are going to read next is a book that is to be chewed and digested. That means you read it again and again. And they say, when you read a book the second time, you don't find something that you did not find the first time. You learn from yourself. You see from yourself something that was not there the first time. So I want us to say this together. The rest of my life. No, say it like you mean it, with power and conviction. The rest of my life will be the best of my life. The rest of my life, the rest of my life will be the best of my life. Only if I make it, inshallah. Unaweza. Say it like, should we stand up? Guys, we are like this, like I don't know what's happening to young people. Please stand up. I want us to say these words like we mean it, with power and conviction. The rest of my life will be the best of my life. Only if I make it. Inshallah. Naweza. Unaweza. Tunaweza. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.